So we'll start with our arms, nice big arm circles. 6 to 8 in each direction, each arm. Really try to work on feeling the rotation in that shoulder joint, really loosening it up. Starting to get all our major joints loosened up, muscle groups loosened up, ready to fire for us. And then once you get through those arm circles, you can do some swings in front of you. Really start to open up your chest and your back. And then when you feel mostly good in your upper body, we can move down to our lower body, starting with our leg swings side to side. Pull with that hip, outer thigh, and then we're pulling with our inner thigh. And we'll switch legs. Trying to increase that range of motion as you swing. When you feel good with those, then we'll go back to that first leg for swings forward and backwards. As you go backwards, you can kind of do a butt kick. Really start to get that hamstring firing for you. It's weird because for when we started these, I don't know, March till probably May, I was in here alone doing these. And then I got so used to Mary Jean being here. Now I feel so lonely in here, but this is how it was every night. Anyway, sorry. Body weight squats, weights in our heels, feet maybe just a little bit wider than shoulder width. We are trying to get those thighs parallel to the ground. I'm mixing it up today. Usually I start with hip hinges, but start with squats. Get those thighs parallel. Push your heels against the ground to stand you upright. Be explosive. Squeeze those glutes at the top. We've got 2 more. And now we'll work into our hip hinge. Feet can stay the same. Maybe they narrow up a little bit, but we just hinge at our hip, push our rump to the back wall, feel length in your hamstrings, and then same deal, squeeze those hamstrings to pull yourself upright, glute engage. Doing about 8 of these, trying to find a little bit extra length in our hamstrings each time. And then take a little extra stretch wherever you think you may need it. I'm going to explain just these first 3 exercises. So our first one is an RDL to a shoulder press. So you're going to want both your dumbbells for this one. We've done the RDL and we've done the shoulder press. So palms are going to face our thighs, and we're just doing that hip hinge that we just warmed up. We're just adding resistance. So we slowly lower as far as comfortable that we can keep our back straight. You should, again, find that length in your hamstring. Then squeeze your hamstrings. And as we come up right, we're going to do a hammer curl. So your palms will face each other. That gets your weights to the top of your shoulders. Weights press up. And we return back the same way. So we'll just be there for 100 seconds. So a little over a minute and a half, just going back and forth there. We're tapping into all of our major muscle groups there. Legs, core, shoulders. So we're gonna really Feel that one. Then once that 100 seconds, we're gonna drop to the flow and hit 100 mountain climbers, just single count. So you guys know the drill with these. Nice, good high plank, driving your knee up to your chest. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to 100. I don't know why I kept counting. Then very last thing for round one single burpee. So obviously the burpees are gonna go up, we're gonna get fatigued, but we're gonna push through. The burpees are gonna look the same every single time. We're gonna jump, hands down, step or jump your feet out, chest to the ground, come up, jump or step your hands up, and jump. So that'll wrap up round one. Then we'll get a quick recovery into round two, yada, yada, yada. So really climbing down a ladder and up a ladder in this couple segment workout. So grab your weights. I'm gonna set the timer for 100 seconds. Sorry, scrolling. And let's begin. So we have our weights, your shoulders are pulled back and down, back and nice and straight. You just lower as far as comfortable, push through your heels, curl, press, and we're repeating this. We're thinking about being explosive when we snap up and on that shoulder press. I want those weights pressing straight above your shoulders. They shouldn't be kind of out in front of your head, out to the side, just straight up, return down, curl down. So you've got a little rotation in there as we curl because our palms face each other, but nothing major. On the shoulder press, you can get a little bit of a thrust under it, so bend your knees and press up a little bit. Just a little extra leg work there, a little more power under that shoulder press. Stay with it. We have 30 more seconds. Keep working through. We're on the heels and the knife edge, that outer edge of our feet. Good, relax. Now we hit 100 mountain climbers and one single burpee. As quick as you can here. Push through. Sorry, it's hard for me to count and talk to you guys, but you're doing 100. Drive those knees. Then one burpee. Woo! And then we recover for a bit. Okay. Those were not fun, mountain climbers. Keep working. Finish it up. I'm just going to explain the next two exercises. So we have a 90-second wall sit. Pretty self-explanatory. I'll talk you guys through that as we're in it. And then we have bicycle crunches. I want them nice and controlled here. So we'll be on our back, hands behind our head, chin tucked, opposite elbow, opposite knee, pushing with our heels, just single count. We're gonna feel the burn there. Then this round, we have 2 burpees. So those are 3 exercises. Get a quick sip of agua if you need it. And then make your way to your wall space, your shelf space, whatever space you have to just sit against here for a minute and a half. Get to the wall and let's sit down in it. Here, so I want your ankles directly under your knees, and then I want you to sit down so you have a 90-degree angle at those knees. Feet are shoulder width apart. Your low back is pushed against the wall as well as your shoulders. And I know I harp on this all the time, but we obviously are feeling this in our legs, holding this in this little isometric movement, but I want us to think core here as well. So with that, think about pulling your belly button not only back toward your spine, but a little bit up toward your rib cage. So your ribs tighten, that deepest level of your abs is tightened. Shoulders stay pulled back, stay in it here. Think about holding resistance in your inner thighs. So you're getting that full body workout here. Maybe nothing really in your arms, but those legs are engaged. That core is engaged. You're holding this isometric hold. So that is a hold that any isometric movement is a movement where we aren't moving, we're isolated, but we're still working. Good. Come up out of it. And we're to the ground for those 90 bicycle crunches here. So I don't want you to feel like you're racing through these, pushing with your heels, going across that midline with the elbow. 90 of them. It's gonna burn. Take a little rest if you need to. All the way, keep going. Whew. Crunching across. $90, all the way through. Then you hop up and bust out 2 full burpees. And after that, you recover a bit. Whew. Check another section off. They're gonna keep getting shorter and shorter. So this next one, we're gonna break up to 80 seconds a little bit. So we have bicep curls, but we're gonna do an isometric hold with one hand while we curl with the other for 40 seconds. And obviously switch sides. These lunges are gonna take a minute to get through because we have 80 total. So that's 40 lunges on each leg. So first, isometric bicep curl. One arm, we curl the weight up and hold at 90 degrees. So for 40 seconds, the only thing this left hand's gonna do is hold this weight. The right hand is moving through the full range of motion. Then halfway through, I'm gonna switch us. Right hand holds at 90, don't let it start to sink down. Holds at 90, left hand curls, 40 seconds. Then you can take 2 weights, 1 weight, no weight, and we just have a reverse lunge. So remember, we start with our feet shoulder width apart. We lunge back, push off the ball of that foot, back to center, back and forth, hold on, I'm gonna join. Sorry, I was putting people in the class. So we have 80 lunges. So those are gonna take a while. We're gonna start to feel fatigued, but hold that core tight. Lunge back, push center. So it's 40 each leg, 80 total. So we'll be there for a while. Then we're into 30, or not 30, 3, not 30, not 30, 3 burpees, okay? So grab your weights and let's start. Hold that left arm at 90, curl that right, full range of motion. It goes down to straight and pulls all the way up. Thinking bicep, bicep, bicep that whole time. Don't let this left arm sink. Hold it at 90. Shoulders stay pulled back and down. All the way. You should start to feel the burn on both arms, and you switch. Right arm 90, left arm curls. Woo! Both of them are tougher this time. Shoulders back and down. You can have a slight bend in your knees here. We're halfway through. Stay with it. And then we have our lunges. Lots of them. I want you to control your lunge. They're going to take some time. There's no rush to get through these. Relax with the curls. And we start our lunges. We just go back, push center, 80 times. Our legs are gonna be on fire. With these lunges, I want you stepping back far enough where this front knee can get to 90 degrees without the knee sliding over that front toe. Shoulders are gonna stay back, stay explosive as you return back to center. Your feet don't have to go directly behind each other. They can stay shoulder width apart, even as you step back. And actually, I'm gonna change this up. So we're gonna do 40 reverse lunges and then 40 front lunges. So we just step forward instead of stepping back, okay? So once you get through the first 40, start stepping forward. Same gist though, except we're pushing now off that front foot to return to center. So switching from this reverse lunge to this front lunge is switching us from working our posterior chain so that our hamstrings, our glutes, and we start to work our interior chain. So we get into our quads here on these front lunges. So that is what I want you to think about engaging as you push back to center. And when you're all done with these, 3 burpees. I've got 10 more here. Just keep working through them. Pushing, being explosive on each one. And then your 3 burpees. Good form on all. The burpees are gonna burn with the little leggies. Drop my headphone. We're going all the way through here. You got it. Check. Another one. Done. Get some water. Keep working if you're on those lunges, on those burpees. I'm gonna explain this 4th round. So we have our pullover sit-ups. So we've done these kind of as roll-ups, thinking about that lat engagement. So if you want to stay doing those, by all means stay there. But if you want to add resistance, you should only need 1 weight. So with our arms straight overhead, we pull that weight even to our chest, sit up, roll back slowly, weight goes back, weight comes up, sit up. We're there for 70 seconds. Then, I already regret putting this in. 70 skater jumps, single count. 1, 2, 3, 68, 69, 70. All the way up to 70. Back and forth, back and forth. And then 4 quick burpees. Then we recover, okay? So, meet me on the floor. We're in these sit-ups for just over a minute. Grab your weight. And let's begin. We pull over. That engages our lats. We sit up, pushing our feet into the ground. I don't want your legs to lift and you use the momentum of them to sit up. Pull yourself up with your abs, peeling your shoulders off the ground. And then with every movement we've been working on, think slow and control on the way down. The longer it takes, the more of a burn you're gonna feel on that way down. You're working against gravity. You are controlling your body on the way down. Keep working. Remember, we've got skater jumps after this. Good, hop up. Get through those 70, 7-0 skater jumps and 4 burpees here. You can obviously touch the ground. You can just step side to side. Take this where you need it. Just try to keep that distance the same throughout. Be explosive off one leg. Keep going. Oh yeah, my buns are on fire, my legs are on fire. But we got it. And then 4 burpees. Woo! Okay. Work through that. Then we check another one off. We're getting closer. Whew. Next round, what do you know? We have a little core, and then our poor legs get hit again. So, for a minute, we're doing shoulder taps. So we're gonna get a good high plank position, hands under shoulders, feet spread apart, butt down, and we just are rotating, tapping our shoulders. Now, if you need to, drop those knees, but make sure your hips stay sunk so that core stays engaged. Please, I'd rather you go on your knees than your butt go up in the air or you just stop altogether because you don't think you can do it. Take it to your knees, that's okay. Then we have just 60 squats. So we can make them body weight, or we can add one dumbbell holding it like a goblet, adding resistance, or you can have both your weights racked on your shoulder for resistance. But we're just working on our good controlled squat form when we go down, heels push, explode up, just for 60. So again, we're probably gonna be in those squats for a while. Legs are gonna feel it. Push through that fatigue. And then, cherry on top is 5 burpees. But after this, we're halfway through. The long segments will be done, but we'll be just getting started on the burpees. But meet me in a high plank. We're here for 1 minute. Let's begin. Those hands are under the shoulders, butt down. Get yourself set up in that good high plank form first. You don't need to dive right into these shoulder taps. And maybe you're like, okay, I can hold this high plank, but I can't do the shoulder taps the whole time. Then I'd rather you hold the high plank the whole time, but staying down, quads engaged, we're pushing through our heels, distributing our weight, making this a full body exercise. And as we lift one hand, we're thinking about holding our back straight to the ground. We're carrying our favorite food, drink, bowl of soup on our back. We can't let it spill over. Good. Hop up. We're in it. 60 squats here. I'm just going to do body weight here because I want to be sure that I get good depth every time, that I'm pushing through my heels, being explosive on my way up. Shoulders stay back, chest stays proud. We don't crumble over. Good core engagement throughout. Weights in our heels. Our knees are tracking out. You may want to turn your feet just a little bit out so your toes would be at like 11 and 1 o'clock. That's going to give you just a little bit better range of motion in those hip sockets to get nice and low. Keep going. Don't limit your range of motion. Don't limit your power. Just stay consistent. Keep yourself moving through these. We've got it. I'm not gonna lie, I lost count, but I'm just gonna say I'm at 40. Keep going. Now's when fatigue is really gonna start to set in. Keep pushing through those heels. Keep that chest proud. And then don't forget your 5 burpees. Full burpees, however long it takes. That chest is to the ground. You get some distance between your feet and the ground when you hop, as long as it doesn't bother ankles and knees, hips, back. Woo! Another one. We checked down. Woohoo! Whew. But we're going back to back plank work here, but we're under a minute for all of our timed ones. So, first one is our plank row to reach. As always, your modification is going to be taking it down to your knees, and please do that if you need to. But our weights are in our hands, but we're again set up in that good high plank position. And from here, we row and reach that weight up to the ceiling. We come back, row, reach. As you reach, you're going to twist on your feet. So you should have the outside of one foot and the inside of the foot that's reaching flat on the ground. We're staying in that for 50 seconds. Then we lay on our back. Always the option to put weight across your pelvis here to add resistance. But we have our feet flat on the ground, probably about 8 to 12 inches from our butt, using our elbows and shoulders as a point to push against. And we're just explosive on our glute bridges, getting full extension up, nice and slow down. We tap, explode for 50 glute bridges, and then 6 burpees, okay? So, maybe in that high plank with your weights in your hand. If it bothers your wrist to hold those weights in your hand, you can just hold them under you and grab it each time and then let it go between each row and reach, okay? So, more ab work here, and then we are tapping into those obliques, a little shoulder stability with the reach, but we are in it for only 50 seconds, okay? So again, establish that good plank form. Row, rotate, reach, return. Woo, that's a lot of R's. Nice and in control. No rush for reps here. None of that. Keep going. When we row, that elbow stays in close to our side. It leads with our elbow. Then we pull that weight through. Remember, we basically end up in a side plank at the top of this. Good. Relax out of that. 50 glute bridges, with or without resistance. But we're getting through them, tapping, exploding up, getting that full extension in those hips, pushing against the ground with shoulders, elbows, feet. Obviously, we're working our glutes here in this glute bridge. With that, we're feeling it in our hamstrings, but we're getting a little core work here as well. Here you can speed your tempo up a little bit more than you think. That's going to fatigue those glutes quicker and force you to really work them. But I don't want you to speed it up if you're sacrificing your range of motion. Keep going. Squeeze at the top. As tired as your fanny is, squeeze. Pushing against your shoulders. All the way through, 50. Woo! Okay, then 6 burpees. As quick as you can. Woo! Okay, another one. Bites the dust. Work through it. You got this. Get some water. Some nice deep breaths before we jump into, what is this? Round 6. So for 40 seconds, we're doing our pike push-ups. So these are really working our triceps and our deltoids. So to start, we go from high plank to a good down dog position. Then all we're gonna do is lower the crown of our head to the ground, mimicking a push-up position, but we're just putting a little more stress on those triceps and deltoids. So we're there for 40 seconds, and then we have 40 ceiling crunches. So for these ceiling crunches, we'll be on our back, legs bent, arms straight up. Now this isn't gonna be a big movement, but I want you tapping in your brain to your abs and thinking about your abs working on this. So with that being said, fingertips are pointing straight up towards the ceiling, right over your shoulders, and all we're thinking of doing is pulling our shoulder blades off the ground and returning. So we're really squeezing this upper ab section, 40 there, and then 7 burpees this time, okay? So 40 seconds, pike push-ups, 40 ceiling crunches, 7 burpees. Sorry, sweaty hand got stuck to the paper. Let's get into it. Remember, get yourself set up in that good down dog position, and then just find a tempo that you can maintain here. You don't have to bust out 80 push-ups in this time frame. Just do something you feel you can control, you can maintain, and you can stay for 40 seconds. We're already under the halfway mark. You've got it. It should be uncomfortable, but you can work through that. Good. See, already over. Flip over, and we have those 40 ceiling crunches. Up, back. We're just pulling those shoulders off the ground. Your fingers should basically lift straight up. Keep going. You're gonna feel the burn. Whoo, yeah. Halfway there. Just pulling those shoulder blades. You're squeezing that upper ab section so tight, your shoulders have to come off the ground. all the way through. And then the dreaded burpees. Push yourself. You've got it. We are so close to the end. Whew. Yes. Round 6, done. Push yourself through. The end is so close, my friends. Especially these last 3 rounds are gonna fly by. So 30 seconds. Whew. Okay. 30 seconds, we're gonna do body saws. So we're in our low plank. And all we do is push from, so we're sitting on the balls of our feet, we push onto our toes, then push back to our heels, and we're just creating a little saw movement with our body while maintaining the plank. Then, sorry about this, 30 squat jacks, just single count. So it's 1, 2, 30, 8 burpees, boom, round 8 will be done, okay? So meet me in a good low plank for 30 seconds only. Let's get into it. Here we go. Just back and forth. Again, it's not a big movement, and you don't have to go a million miles an hour. Just find a tempo to hold, and hold this low plank. Know you can. Good, it's already done. Hop up. 30 squat jacks, 8 burpees. We got it. Push through this. Last little bit, really, of cardio. Whew! Let's go. All the way through these burpees. Okay. Whew. Done. Another round. We are so close to the end. And I have a little pleasant surprise. Whew. So, what we're gonna do, I'll cue you through, is finish everything out. Sorry, I took it out of me. We're gonna do our 20 seconds of bear crawls, 10 seconds of a front raise hold, 20 clamshells, 10 push-ups, 10 burpees. So we're just getting rid of the 9 burpees and flopping the order a bit just for our sake so we can try to stay on tempo. So The first movement is gonna be that 20-second bear crawl, and we're just gonna climb forward and back. So what we're gonna do is get in tabletop and then our bear plank, where our shins just lift about 2 inches off the ground. And what you're gonna do is climb forward for 3, and then crawl backward for 3. So we're just going back and forth there for 20 seconds. Then you'll grab your weights, so you'll want them nearby. We're gonna do a 10-second front raise hold. So all you have to do is raise those weights and hold them for 10 seconds. Then we're gonna go into 20 clamshells each leg. So we put ourselves in this kind of side plank position. Our hips are lifted off the ground. Everything's in line except for your feet, which are behind you. And we squeeze that glute. We're gonna do 20 each side, 10 push-ups where you need them. If that's on your knees, take it there. So we go down, up for 10, and then we finish with 10 burpees, okay? So I'll cue you guys through. We're gonna stay together on the time ones. The clamshells will slow us down a bit. Push-ups may slow us down, but we're gonna get through the 20 clamshells each side, 10 push-ups, 10 burpees, and then call it an evening. So meet me in that bear plank position. Remember, we're crawling forward and backwards. Let's begin. Shins just 2 to 3 inches off the ground. And same idea as those shoulder taps. We're trying to keep our back level. Good, those are already done. Relax. Grab your weights and lift. Hold them just for 10 seconds. We've got this. Woo! Okay, weights are down. We're on one side. For clamshells, remember hips are lifted, engaging that oblique. And we pull from this outer glute. We've got it. Shoulders stay pulled back. Chest is proud. 20 each leg. Full range of motion here. You should feel both that oblique that's lowered to the ground and this bun that's on top. Burning for you. After you finish these, 10 push-ups. And you know I wouldn't let you out of the 10 burpees, so 10 burpees. Remember, knees are pulled back, even with your hips. It's really gonna get you into that butt. Take the push-ups where you can. If you can do 3 off your knees, do that. If you could do 1, do that. Just do 10 of them. Then we're straight away, woo, into our 10 burpees. And we love them. We love them. We love them. Don't cut them short. Woo. And after that, give yourself a big pat on the back because we made it through. Get some water and we will stretch it out. It is gonna be a little quicker stretch tonight. I don't want to hold you guys much past 7, but I'll put you through some stuff. We're just gonna stay on our feet, but let's reach your arm across. Please, please take time tonight before bed to stretch. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, maybe multiple times through the day, and switch. So important for our muscle recovery, which really is when our muscles are strengthening, is in that recovery phase. So we need to stretch them out, show them love, take care of your body. We're reaching triceps now. And switch arms. Now we're gonna just kind of do runner's arms. So one arm's gonna reach straight forward and one arm back. And they're just swinging like a pendulum. Let them feel heavy, let momentum feel like it's carrying them, working through whatever range of motion they have, okay? Good. Now we're just gonna do some neck rolls, nice and big, about 8 in each direction. Trying to reach that chin to chest, then the ear to your shoulder, head back, other ear to other shoulder, and work both directions. If there's somewhere that you feel like needs a little extra love, hang out there. Maybe do a small nod. Good. Now we're going to interlace our fingers, reach them straight up towards the ceiling, reach, reach, reach. And then our left hip jets out, our hands reach to the right side, shoulders stay pulled back. And opposite, right hip goes out, hand reach to the left. One more side each way. See if you can get a little bit deeper stretch in there. And then we return to center. Reach, reach, reach. Nice big inhale. Find more length through those fingertips. Exhale out through your mouth. We inhale big through our nose again. Fill our lungs. And this time, as we exhale, hands push down through our center and reach towards our toes. Here we're going to take ragdoll. So put a slight bend in your knees. Let your head hang heavy. Find length again in those hamstrings. Feel a pull in your low back. So you're kind of creating a C curve, kind of from your hamstrings up around your butt, up through your low back. You can grab your elbows and just hang like a rag doll. You can add a little swing in there. Get a little extra pull through those hamstrings, the different parts of our hamstrings. And we'll return to center and begin to roll up, but focus on doing it nice and slow, and that C that we created is going to travel up our back. So feel the pull between each vertebrae. The very last thing to come undone is our chin untucked from our chest. And then our last exercise today is gonna just be a little reverse back bend. So what you're gonna do is put the palms of your hands kind of right on top of your butt. Fingertips go down, and then you push into your butt, opening up your chest, pulling your shoulders together, head can fall back, and really just feel that back arch in the opposite direction than we're used to holding it in. Even when outside of workouts, we're always curled around a desk, curled around our phone. So it just feels good to pull that chest open, bend that back in the opposite direction. Excellent. That is what I have for you guys tonight, but please, we worked our legs a lot tonight. They may be sore tomorrow, so take the time to stretch them, drink plenty of water, and